We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Jackson Powers Johnson, Oregon center. And for me, in this 2024 NFL draft class, he's the #1 center out there, and it's not some easy competition either. This is a very stacked center class, plenty of starter level players, and he's just really fun to watch get out in space. Like, he's a good mover athletically. I feel comfortable about him. Nimble, takes great angles out in space. He's an overall intelligent football player. His aiming points, recognition skills, it's all there, and he just has a nastiness to him. Like, he's gonna finish blocks, bully defenders, whether it's in run blocking or pass protection. He is very, very smart. He also understands like positioning, things like that. He doesn't just need to create displacement with his understanding of just angles and things like that. It's very, very impressive. He's got great torque too. He knows how to use like that combination of his hips and his upper body with his hand placement, overall technical skills. It's all there. I think when you go to weaknesses, there's just a couple things. I don't think he has the greatest length, just lack of length, and then overall pad level. Plays with a little bit too high of pad level at times, which gets him into trouble. He has a good anger and pass protection, but I think you get him into trouble at the next level. And then as a run blocker, outside zone specifically, when he's moving laterally like that and he gets caught off guard, I think defensive tackles will knock him off balance, things like that. So yeah, just better pad level. And then just true one-on-one pass protection. I didn't see a whole ton of it at Oregon, just like rep after rep. It just didn't feel like he was getting like true pass pro sets, and I just want to see more of those to feel truly comfortable with him in those areas. But he does a lot of things that you're really gonna like. And then I think just overall looking at it, if I had to guess, he probably goes in like the 20s to 30 range in the draft, and he's just gonna have a long career as a center. Just very consistent. Love that like combination of athleticism and power is pretty rare at the high level that he does it at. So very much a fan of him as a player. So we'll see where he ends up going in the draft. You pick in that 20s to 30s range, he's an option for you if you don't have a top-tier center. Like, I'm a Dolphins fan. Definitely could see them going after him if they don't re-sign Connor Williams. So, see how it ends up working out. But yeah, let's start breaking down some of these plays. First play right here, just climbing to the second level. Love this stuff. I feel really comfortable with him as a run blocker. I think he's pretty versatile for schemes. Like, you can have him inside zone, outside zone, gap scheme stuff. He can down block. Very comfortable with him in all those situations. Here he just instantly looks like he might combo here, but this guy really slants down this way away from him, so he just changes up that angle, gets to the second level. He's under control, meets the linebacker at the point of attack, squares him up. Great job, great hand placement, leg drive. Now he's sustaining, latched on in the chest, and he drives and he finishes pancake block. Like, this stuff is all over the film. He is a finisher out there. I love that part of his game. You want a guy that's nasty on that O-line that also moves well like this. Jackson Powers Johnson is your guy. Like what I saw in pass protection from Powers Johnson for the most part. Really want to see more one-on-one reps, but here just picking up some stunts, passing those things off, just being aware, recognition skills, all very good. Like, I do think he can play with better pad level, but I think the rest of the technique, he's not doesn't overextend a whole bunch. He plays with a good base. He understands how to use his hands, his feet, all of that stuff. I think is pretty well connected overall, and he just sees this stuff, pass this off, get your eyes across, reset those hands as well. Just a lot of nice under control, and when he does face some power, he does a good job of anchoring with that lowered half. Just a very under control, smart football player. Now here we get to see Powers Johnson out in space on a screen. It's just many different ways that he can excel out in space, and he just destroys people. And it's not easy. Like, how many times have you seen offensive linemen just whiff these types of blocks at the next level in college? I feel like on screens, it's all the time. It's most of the time, like, their blocks are effective by just making the defender avoid them and go around, and then the running back can make them miss. And here, he just destroys this guy out in space. Look at him square this up. He's super under control. Would like to maybe, see his back not be as straight as it is, but boom. Absolute power, domination. You start doing that to defenders every single game, and they will not want to play anymore. Love this part. Like, you just don't see this combination of movement skills like this. Like, I don't think he's the most flexible guy all around, but, like, he's got some quickness to him. He's nimble, just out in space, takes great angles, and boom. Under control, he drops that power into you and absolutely demolishes that guy. Love the recognition here from Powers Johnson. He's trying to work this combo right here on this defensive tackle, drops that shoulder into him, but look at his eyes. He's not even looking. His eyes are already seeing 52. He's going to climb to him, but he sees 52, try to blitz with this space opening up, so he comes off of it instantly. Look at him attack that low hip. That's what you want to do. You attack that low hip to create this movement right here with that 89, which opens up that, and then gets his, body across, throws it into the linebacker. Look at him attack under there. Look at all that power that he creates, that torque. That is impressive, allowing the running back to work off of that. I think if the running back read this a little bit better, he could have hit this hole a lot cleaner, but that's really, really good work. Recognition-wise, the physical prowess that you see too on both players, just creating displacement on two different guys in two opposite directions on the same play. That stuff is not easy. It's very, very rare. Just showing this to show more power. He's really comfortable with this stuff, attacking people laterally. This is where he does a better job with his pad level, getting low, attack the lower hip. When he's doing this type of stuff, he's very comfortable on like the inside zone concepts. Look at him just absolutely displace those defenders. I love watching him work as a run blocker. It's a very good nastiness to his game. Here we get to see him a little bit in pass protection, same game. Passes off. He's playing a little bit too high a pad level there, but is able to reset this guy. This guy gets off really low, get back into control. Look at him reset his hands and his positioning because he's sliding to the right here. Isn't exactly where he wants to be because this guy's like kind of turned towards him. Now he's able to square him back up. Look at him reset his hands underneath. He's able to anchor, just completely slow him down. Just want to see more like true pass pro reps where he's like one-on-one. This one where he's like sliding to the right and this guy's, on that outside shade of him. He has a little bit of help with the right guard there, but it's just still nice to see him be super under control, not panicking in these situations. He definitely looks like he's very comfortable when he's in these scenarios. Like this work here from Powers Johnson. Tough to see from these angles. I can't really show a bunch of the L22, but look at him use that torque and just sometimes it comes down to positioning. You want to get to that outer half of this guy, and this guy, he's trying to hook him right here. Now he's able to get there, get your hips across, use that left hand in perfect position underneath that armpit. Now torque with that upper half, lower half, throw him to the ground, finish that block, and that allows your running back to reach the edge. That's the stuff you want to see in those scenarios. That's why I feel like, we've seen him on inside zone, definitely comfortable with him on some like outside zone stuff, but also if he has to down block, pull potentially. I think those are all scenarios where he just does a good job. Like this, just technique wise, this guy's got that, just a one tech, and just good positioning, seal him off. Love he's got some bend here off of him. The 4 B's, there's bend, burst, balance, and base, and I feel like he does a great job with all of those. He plays with a solid lower half bend, could be a little bit better at times, but I think he does a great job bursting up the ball. He's typically under control, and then his base is always strong, and then he just drives to finish. Look how much he then carries this guy down the field. Like you started off, this is just good technical position, understanding your positioning. I don't need to create a bunch of movement on this guy, allow my running back to work off the edge. Now this guy tries to move off of it. Now just finish him, bully him, make him not want to face you on the next rep. More good work here from Powers Johnson. One of my favorite reps. Sometimes it's easy, man. You can really make this job easier. This is nuance. Love this work. Like you take this guy on at the point of attack. He is on your like left half right here, left side shade, and you're able to just torque him all the way to the right side with just basically one hand. You torque, great hand placement, you extend, and you basically just full shove, throw that guy out of the way, and now you're just shielding him off with your whole body. You have your hips in the correct spot. Really, really good stuff. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle, but you can just see him torque him out the lobby right there. That is really, really impressive. He's really got a good understanding of how to combine all of that, the lower half, hips, arm extension, and then he just has that powerful hands with great placement overall, and then he just understands positioning, all that stuff. Really, really good on pretty much all of these reps that you see. More great work here from Powers Johnson out in space. Some, different type of stuff, running like this reverse. Great block here from that tight end as well, but just getting out in space. You don't see centers do this, or most offensive linemen, when they're like, oh, watch this. He's right here, just doing like this little twirl, and he recognizes this guy's already out there. Let the tight end take this. Find your guy, take number 0. He is running at full speed, not slowing down, and takes a great angle and is able to blow this guy up. Hitting a DB like this out in space, running at that full speed, is almost impossible for most alignment, and he gets about as clean as a hit as you'll ever see. Love that stuff. That is stuff that is very, very impressive, and it's not just like a one-off thing. We've seen this multiple times. There's even more plays on the film, and he is looking to absolutely destroy people. Here they're mugging up the A-gap, showing like this splits right here. him taking on this linebacker, throws out that right hand, drag hand, potentially slow this guy down if he works in towards him a little bit more, help out your running back, and you're sliding to the left here. You take this guy on, and look at him just create some torque there. He gets a little bit of help from the guard, but still just able to create that torque, use that left hand extend. Would like to see him play with a little bit better pad level at times, but still just boom, finish, put a guy on his back, even in pass protection. It's just very, very easy for him. Another job for Powers Johnson here in pass protection. Now, I feel like sometimes when it comes to people with a little more casual perspective, they see reps where a guy slides like this to the right, and then defensive lineman works through here, and they'll blame it on the center. But that's not his responsibility. He's sliding here, and once he recognizes it's like a 2-on-2 to this side, he actually makes a smart football play, realizes, hey, I can get back and help this. Look at him recover, get that hand in good positioning, slow this guy down without holding him, and he brings his feet with him. He's in a tough spot here to slow this. If you're here, a lot of guys would end up hooking and holding. Let him get his feet back. You can see some nice bend in that lower half, some good flexibility. Then the anchor, very, very impressive from where he was. And then he goes and finishes the block. That stuff is unreal, about as good as it gets. He realizes from his responsibility, he can go back and help another guy. A lot of centers will not make that play, and then he goes out and then finishes it too. Guys will not want to play against him. And now just last play, we're going to take a look at here for Jackson Powers Johnson. Just tossing people out the club. He's not even looking at this guy. He's going out here because they're pulling across. He thinks he's going to down block 0. This guy gets engaged with him. The left guard helps him out a little bit, and his hand just gets underneath into that armpit, and boom. He tosses him out the club. He has so much torque and power in that upper half. He's not even looking at this guy, and he still ends up throwing him to the ground, and then goes and gives him an extra little hit, because why not? That stuff is just really, really fun. He's a really fun center prospect to watch, and I think, that's why he's probably going to end up being a first-round pick, maybe an early second if I had to guess. But yeah, just around that area. Really, really good film. Run blocking, very comfortable, as I talked about earlier. Strengths, he can fit into multiple different types of schemes. His weaknesses, the pad level, he can work on for sure. Length, not really a thing you're going to work on, but it's not as big a deal when you're just going to be a center. I feel like he's just a center, maybe could play guard, but really just wanted to draft him and play him at center for his whole career, and I feel like he'd have a very long and successful one. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.